Start recording. Alright, okay. So let's do this bubble sorting. Okay, I hate it so much. I hope I'm not gonna use this in my entire life. But okay, let's fucking do it. Okay, so we're gonna start with the range, right? From 0 to whatever our dot length is, right? And then do h2, and let's do a block. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and just do I, and then let's end the block here. Okay. Right. Now, what we want to do here is delete one R for start, and then we're gonna go ahead and compare elements in our array, right? If 2 is bigger than 8, then switch those two numbers. If not, then leave it as this, right? If 8 is bigger than 5, then 5 should be 8, right? And 8 should be here, right? And so on and so on and so on, right? So we're gonna have to do nicely leaf statements. So if R of I is bigger than R of I plus 1, what do you want to do? We want to shout it. We want to shift it, right? And then the way to shift it is, let's create a new array. Let's put some simple numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then let's do move of 0, move of 1, and you are typing in again on my Facebook. I'm just gonna go ahead and ignore you. Is equals to move of 1, and then move of 0. Now if we print move, and then let's delete all of this and run our code. You're gonna get 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, right? Why? Because we switched the places, right? For this character and this character, we reference it here, and here is equal just the other way around. And that's, I mean, we can use the same logic, right? So let's delete this, and let's continue with our if statement. So what we're gonna go ahead and do here is we're gonna go ahead and type R of I, and then R of I plus 1 is equals to R of I plus 1, and then R of I. R of I, okay. Sounds like a name. And then let's just end it, right? And then let's just return it. Actually, we can just type R, right? Okay. Let's format it a bit better here. Okay. R of I is equals R of I plus 1, plus 1, and then plus 1. What? Okay. R0 R each do I if R of I is bigger than R of I plus 1, then R of I, and then R of I plus 1 is equals to R of I plus 1, and then R of I, and okay. So what are you saying, buddy? Comparison of an integer with a nil filled argument error. Okay, what's the error? In 5, right? Okay. What are you saying? Um, this should actually work. Hmm. R of I plus 1 equals R I plus 1 and then R of I. So what are you saying, buddy? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and close it and then start it again. Maybe it got bugged. Okay. Hmm. Okay, I see, I see. Okay, okay, you got me. So, the -1 here, right? Enigma, right? So if you would compare this number with 8 and 5, and then you would compare 5 and 3, and then 3 and 4, and so on and so on and so on. But till the end, you would, I mean, the program without this would try to compare it with something that is outside of this array. And that's why we got an error, right? That's why we need to put array.length -1 to limit it, right? Do not get out of this array, right? So if we would run the code, it will actually work. There we go. Okay. Now let's see what we have for now. So original array was 28534. Now it's 25348, right? So it did compare 2 and 8, and this was not correct. Then it compared 8 and 5. Now, since that's correct, it switched the places. So we got 2, what did we say? And then we had 5 and 8, and then 3. Now it compared these two numbers and switched places with 3, and then 8 and 4. It compared these two numbers, and then it switched, and then we had 4 and 8, and so on and so on and so on, right? But the problem is it's still not sorted right. So this loop was actually, this if statement actually triggered only once, and it just switched the places. But to sort it out, we're gonna need to do some additional magic. And what we're gonna go ahead and do, I mean, this looks like a nested loop, right? So we're gonna need to have additional control. I mean, we need to have additional control over triggering this if statement, right? So we're gonna have to have a while loop here, and let's end it here. Okay. Now, from the explanation that I understood, the way around it, I mean, the way to do this, to have a control, is by getting a new variable, and let's call it sorted, and it equals false, right? So it's a boolean, right? Now with that, we're gonna need to preemptively set this while loop to not sorted, right? And then if not sorted, then we're gonna need to do here sorted equals true. And then if this condition is true, then do switching, and then after switching, we're gonna go ahead and do sorted equals false. Okay, let me test this code and see if it works. Okay, so it works, right? Okay. Now the explanation, right? Line by line, right? Okay. So, I mean, I already explained this, right? So this is all clear. Now let me try to explain this sorted and false truthing. Now, here at the beginning we said sorted equals false, right? And while not sorted, you're gonna go ahead and sort it, right? You're gonna do this. I mean, if it's all sorted, then this would never happen, right? Correct? So, I mean, now comes the part when I know things and then I'm just not able to explain it, right? I mean, after we finish, nope, not working.